to one man taking batting practice all year. So quickly 2 away. Here's Nick Akins defensively behind Arnold tonight. DeAngelis, Hubbard, Williams outfield left to right. With the overshift on Akins, it's Kern, Barrios, Gata, Quitzer. Gata at second. He's shifted over to the left side of second base. Daniel Molinari does the catching tonight for Connor Arnold, part of this pitching staff that has a sub-2 ERA collectively. That's starters only. Here's his first pitch to Akins. He breaks his bat on a ground ball to third. Kern has it. He throws across. And a 1-2-3 first inning for Connor Arnold. Go sit down, Connor. You got Brandon Phillips to fly to right. Take a breath. The offense will go to work. Gata, Williams, DeAngelis, and the rest of the Stomper lineup when we come back right here at KSVY and StompersBaseball.com. Bottom of the first inning, no score, and here's the starting lineup as announced by manager Zach Pace, presented by Sotheby's International Realty. Nick Gata leads off at second base, followed by Miles Williams in right. Rob DeAngelis, 4 for 5 last night with 3 doubles, will bat third and left. Cleared up man is Dondre Hubbard in center field. Chris Quitzer's at first, he'll bat fifth, followed by Pedro Barrios, the shortstop, in the sixth spot. Brent Gillespie, the designated hitter, will hit seventh. Daniel Molinari hits eighth and does the catching, and Nick Kern batting ninth, playing third base as Jesse Remington deals a first pitch strike to Nick Gata, and the count is 0-1. Remington, this is his 5th start of the year, a sub-2 ERA for the left-hander out of Champaign, Illinois. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Slider missed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. A 1.90 ERA in 23 2/3. 9 runs, 5 of them earned on 26 hits. The 1-1, Gata pops it up, left side. Jimenez, the catcher, will give chase, and it is out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 15 strikeouts to 10 walks for the left-hander. 6'3", 200 pounds. He started against the Stompers this year. He only lasted 4 2/3 in that ball game. Here he is on 1 and 2, and the slider stays inside, backs up on him, almost got Gata. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Remington 1 and 1, his only loss to the Stompers. The 2-2 pitch is high and away, and Gata has worked it full. Nick Gata, with 26 walks, leads the Pacific Association. He also leads in on-base percentage, hitting .362. That's third best, as Remington wants a new baseball. Gata has been an automatic lock in the leadoff spot for Zach Pace, especially with the on-base percentage at .565. Here's the payoff. Gata flares it Out of play off to the left. So a good fight for Nick Gatta to open the bottom of the first inning. Vallejo went 1-2-3, and Brandon Phillips flew out to Williams in right center. The highlight of Connor Arnold's start to 2019 by far, as Gatta chases a fastball low and away for strike 3. So on the 7th pitch of the at-bat, Remington gets Gatta to chase. Nobody on and 1 out for Miles Williams.
Right fielder Miles, west side, Williams.
Miles last night went deep in Napa, and he requested to get back into the 2-hole where he was in the opening day lineup. He thinks that it's the reason that he had a better time at the plate last night. He takes outside. In that ball game, if you're wondering, he did go 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run and a pair of walks, so a lot better. We think it's because he actually got stung by a bee in batting practice. He takes a fastball for strike 1. He was leaping up to try and bring a home run back in BP and came down with a wasp on his ear. Maybe not a wasp, but some black and yellow thing, and it stung him. The 1-1 pitch drilled to right center field. That sends Clark on the run. He will not get there. It's all the way to the wall in center, and Karams back towards straightaway center field. Williams around second. He's headed for third. The relay to Pugh will not be in time. Williams in with a triple with a slide. And just like that, it goes out of play. And Miles Williams is granted the Little League home run. It'll go down as a triple. And out of play. So Miles Williams, it's a mammoth triple to center field. The throw goes into the dugout. And on Miles' first triple of the year, he's granted home plate, and the Stompers lead 1-0. He smoked that ball to center. I mean, Clark had no chance. So we thought he got stung by a bee. It would have been proven today if that were the case or not, or if it was being in the 2 spot of the lineup. And, well, DeAngelis takes low for ball 1, the triple, and then scoring on the ball out of play. How do you rule that? I don't know. I just wrote out of play. That's how he scored. DeAngelis swings at a fastball down low. It's 1-1. Changeup, actually. DeAngelis signals to the dugout, little 3 upside down. That's a changeup. Here's Remington on 1-1. DeAngelis tops it on the ground to third. Files is there on 2 hops. He fires to first, and Durkee can't get back down to the bag. DeAngelis reaches on the E5. Well, Zach Files has had a rough time here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field as Dondre Hubbard stands in. The first pitch from Remington is a fastball. Little 2-seam action on the outside corner for strike 1.
Schillinger, this is your guy.
No balls and 1 strike with DeAngelis at first. Hubbard rips it into left field for a base hit. Dondre Hubbard extends his hitting streak to 12 games with that single. And the Stompers have him at first and second with 1 out. Here's Chris Quitzer, who we were talking to him yesterday, and in the last 7 or 8 games, Quitzer has just done nothing but hit the ball right on the screws. He comes in with a .297 batting average, 2 home runs, and 15 runs batted in a big slump to start the year. I mean, he was hitting down near 100 with runners in scoring position. The first pitch from Remington's a breaking ball, a slow curveball in for strike 1. Now Quitzer 323, a double, and 11 RBIs with runners in scoring position after starting with that average with runners in scoring position down near 100. So here's Remington on 0-1. He takes a fastball high and tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. DeAngelis at second, Hubbard at first after the single. Remington, the left-hander, in some trouble here in the bottom of the first. He looks to second, now throws on 1-1, and Quitzer takes a fastball that tailed back to the outside corner for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Quitzer with first and second and 1 out. Remington set. He throws. Quitzer is down on strikes. Good slider from Jesse Remington, the left-on-left slider. Very difficult for Chris Quitzer, and it was proven there. Here's Pedro Barrios. Barrios hitting 250 on the year. That's his batting average. 333 with men in scoring position, so significantly higher, and he has DeAngelis at second and Hubbard at first here. Only in the bottom of the first inning, Stompers lead at 1-0 on the Miles Williams triple, and then the throw going out of play. It'll probably be ruled a throwing error on the center fielder, or excuse me, it would be on the second baseman, Tillman Pugh. Barrios takes a strike, and it is 0-1. Pugh was the man on the relay. We're still trying to figure out the official scoring on that play. It'll probably be an unearned run for Jesse Remington. The left-hander ready, looks to second. The 0-1 pitch. Barrios hits it on the ground to short. Uresti charges. He flips to second. It is in time. Just in time, as Dondre Hubbard asks Dean Poteet if he's sure. I'm sure, says Poteet. The Stompers get a run on the Miles Williams triple and the throwing error by Tillman Pugh. It's 1-0 after 1. Middle third of the order coming up for Vallejo when we return. Welcome back. Top of the second. Stompers lead 1-0. Middle third of the order for Vallejo. Graylin Durkee, Chevy Clark, Vlad Gomez, and Connor Arnold only needed 11 pitches to retire. Pugh, Phillips, and Aikens in order. Hubbard will play Durkee to pull, and Kern at third will play in front of the bag and well off the line, about 5 or 6 strides off the line. Arnold turns and fires, and he delivers a slider for a called strike on the outside corner. Graylin Durkee, 286. That's the highest average on the Vallejo roster. No home runs yet for him, and 2 runs batted in. Arnold's nothing in 1 pitch, a good changeup, and Durkee could not hold up. No balls and 2 strikes on Graylin Durkee. He'll be followed by Clark and Gomez here in this top of the second with the Stompers up 1-0.
Hey, Ma, can we get some meatloaf?
Connor Arnold, who will mix up the delivery, he turns his back to the hitter here and fires on 0-2, a fastball high and away. Similar to what you'd see from a guy like Johnny Cueto. He'll turn the back to the hitter, show the number. Very deceptive out of the right-hander, and if he's feeling really well, he'll quick pitch you. No leg lift, just a slide step out of the windup pretty much. Here's his 1-2, and Durkee rolls it on the ground, right side softly, charging Gata. He'll field the tricky hop and throw to first. That retires Durkee 1 away. So here's Chevy Clark, the man who was hitting in the 3 spot and the 4 spot for PJ for the longest time. He was on fire. Now the average has dropped down to 233, and he'll hit with nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the second. 233 average for him with 2 home runs and 6 driven in. Seems like he's had 2 home runs since the first week of the season. Arnold's first pitch is a changeup in the dirt. Stompers are 4-2 against Vallejo. 3-0 here at home, haven't lost. 1-2 on the road. Here's the 1-0. Clark can't check his swing. It's called a strike anyway. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 4-1 loss on Tuesday night in Vallejo with Mike Melendez. The only man that has beaten the Stompers this year for Vallejo. The 1-1 slider is called a strike on the outside corner.
All right, let's get that ball ready. Pop that cork.
Henry Omania went 5. He pitched well on Tuesday night, but no offense for the Stompers as the fastball misses off the outer edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chevy Clark, right-handed hitter. In center field. Here's the 2-2. He chases the slider. First strike out of the ball game for Connor Arnold.
All right, thanks to Chevy Clark. All line is now 1 down.
2 out. Here's Vlad Gomez. Gomez, who's been the leadoff man for PJ pretty much all year, hitting in the 6th spot tonight with Pugh back. He was reinstated from the IL today, and Brandon Phillips hitting second. So then you have the big guns, Akins, Durkee, and Clark in the next place for Gomez. Is in that 6th spot. The first pitch from Arnold is outside and low for ball 1. Gomez is hitting .269 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. 5 runs batted in. That's up near the top on the team for Vallejo. Arnold misses outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes. Around the league tonight, the Napa Silverados are hosting the Salina Stockade. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Napa leads that game 5-2. Top of the second here. Stompers up 1-0. Arnold's 2-0 pitch to Gomez. Slider rolled on the ground to Kern at third. He fields it. He'll have to get rid of it quickly. The throw pulls Quitzer off the bag. That'll be a throwing error by Nick Kern over at third base, and the third base position continues to be a question mark for the Stompers. And I don't mean with the bat or with the glove. It's been the throwing it across the diamond part. Jacob Barfield started the year there, and he had 8 errors in the first 17 games. So last night, Gata played a little bit of third.
Yeah, I'm here now. I'm going to give you.
Here's Wilkins Jimenez, the new catcher that was picked up by the Admirals. So Barfield, who started 14 games at third base, Gata has started 2. Nick Kern, now this is his second start over there, so that's lifted in the air to left. DeAngelis goes back, and no doubt 2-run shot off the bat of Wilkins Jimenez. It goes over everything. Just like that, Vallejo is on top 2-1. Good luck finding that baseball.
On the back of the receiver.
Two-run bomb for Wilkins Jimenez in his first game. And that brings up Zach Files, and that hurts after the 2 quick outs, the throwing error, which should have got Arnold out of the inning. Instead, it extended the inning, and then he allows the 2-run homer. That's the second home run that Arnold has allowed this year. So here's Zach Files hitting 200 with 2 home runs and 6 runs batted in. Jimenez, who spent 2018 in Martinez with the Clippers. Here's the first pitch to Files. He takes inside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, there in left center field, the sign reads 331. That's more straight away left than anything. 50 feet behind that, there's a 20-foot press box. Files rips it on the ground. Quitzer fields the high hopper, and he flips to Arnold covering. Arnold flips the ball to the mound violently after surrendering the 2-run homer. So neither of those runs earned against Connor Arnold. We'll go to the last of the second. Stompers trail 2-1. Gillespie, Molinari, and Kern, bottom third of the order coming up.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Bottom of the second inning, Stompers trail 2-1 after the Wilkins Jimenez 2-run shot to left center field. Brent Gillespie, Daniel Molinari, and Nick Kern against Jesse Remington here in the second.
Now batting, making his Palooza Park debut.
Brent Gillespie went deep last night in Napa. His first home run of the game. First home run of the year. He drove in 3 last night with the 2-run bomb and the single. Here's the first pitch from Remington. That's on the outside corner for strike 1, and a generous outside corner from Eric Thompson tonight with Dean Poteet in the field, your Pacific Association umpiring crew. The 0-1 is a slider in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gillespie, Molinari, Kern. Left on left here. Remington really getting that glove side part of the plate a couple inches off from Jimenez. And Thompson, here's the 1-1 pitch to Gillespie. Takes down low, 2 balls and a strike. Pair of strikeouts for Remington in the first. Here he is on 2-1. Gillespie swings through the fastball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of runs being put on the board in Napa in the last 2 days. 15 last night. Already 7 today, and they're only halfway through the game as Gillespie takes down low and the count is full. Pugh at second is very deep. Couple of steps onto the outfield grass. Here's the payoff. Lined into left center field. Long run for Clark. He won't get there. That is down for a base hit. Clark cuts it off. Now he fumbles it, and Brent Gillespie will cruise into second base. That'll be a single for Gillespie and an error on Clark in center field. Funny story, Brent Gillespie today talked about hitting a little bloop into left center. During batting practice, he was saying, yeah, I've lost 12 pounds since last year. I feel better. I feel quicker. He said, if I hit a ball into left center field today, I'm just going to jog over to first and then really turn on the jets when I hit the bag and take second for a hustle double. Well, here he gets a single and an error. Just funny that he had brought that up, and then the first appearance at the plate for him here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field, he's at second base with nobody out. So, yeah, I feel faster. Might even steal a couple of bases tonight. Well, we'll see what he does here at second base with a right-hander at the plate. Can assure you he's not going as Molinari bunts the first pitch foul and straight back to the screen. Brent Gillespie, not a fast guy. 6 career stolen bases. That includes his 1 stolen base in college. So 5 professional stolen bases for Brent Gillespie. He's at second. 0-1 the count on Daniel Molinari. Hitting .214 doing the catching tonight. See if he squares around again here. He does not. He takes a fastball called strike 2 on the inside corner. 0-2 the count on Molinari. Left-hander set at the chest. Gillespie leads from second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Molinari called time. It was granted. Jimenez and Remington not very happy about it. Oh, 2 the count. Gillespie after the double in the air. He's at second. That's already the 3rd error committed by Vallejo here in the game, and we're in the second with nobody out. Here's the 0-2 pitch again. A slider punched into shallow right. Pugh leaps. He can't get it. It's into right field for a base hit. Gillespie around third. The throw to the plate is not in time. An RBI single for Daniel Molinari, and it's tied at 2.
Now batting third baseman Nick Kern.
Runner at first, nobody out. We're tied at 2 after the Molinari RBI single to right, and Brent Gillespie was right. Those 12 pounds are gone. He scores from second on a base hit on a guy in right field who has one of the best arms in the outfield in the league, as Nick Kern takes strike 1. No balls and a strike on Kern, who's hitting 182 in the 9th spot. Zach Pace trying to find an answer at third base with the glove, not really with the bat. Throw over to first. Because the opening day starter at third, Jacob Barfield's hitting .246 with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. So it's not the bat that Zach Pace is looking for necessarily, as Kern swings and fouls off the 0-1 slider, and it's 0-2. Nick Gatta, the leadoff man's on deck, still nobody out. Remington had himself in a hole in the first, and so far has allowed the 1 run here in the second. A slight wind blowing to straightaway center field. They're straightaway in the outfield for Kern. Kern with the average below 200. He hit .225 last year with a .403 on base percentage. Here's the 0-2. Takes outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Remington, the left-hander, at the chest. On 1 ball and 2 strikes, he throws, and the slider stays high on Nick Kern, 2-2. These two teams, the two best pitching staffs in the league. Vallejo's first in ERA at 3.55. The Stompers are second with a 3.91. Vallejo best in hits, runs, and earned runs allowed. Kern takes down low on 2-2, and the count is full. Stompers second best in hits, runs, and earned runs allowed. So you'll see a lot of good pitching tonight, and that has stayed true, though the errors have been the problem. All the runs so far, except for in this inning, are unearned. Kern pops the payoff pitch out of play, and it stays 3-2. 2-2 ball game. And out of the 4 runs, 3 of them are unearned. The only one earned is to Remington this inning. Go, 3-2 on Nick Kern. Molinari at first. Here's the pitch, and instead a throw over to first.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Remington, like many starters, struggles against this Stomper lineup. Great outings all year, except for the one time he's faced the Stompers, and he only went 4 2/3 as Nick Kern wants time. In that start, he allowed 4 runs. 1 of them were earned, so it's been the defense behind Remington. Here's his payoff again to Kern. It's down low, ball 4. First walk issued by Remington, and the Stompers have him at first and second, still with nobody out.
What did you want to say? Second baseman Nick Gata.
Gata struck out his first time. Gata, who struck out his first time on a good fastball low and away from Jesse Remington. Molinari's at second. Kern is at first. Still nobody out. Gata may square around here. He does, and he takes a slider above the letters for ball 1. Stompers last night in Napa with runners in scoring position, 8 for 12 with 10 RBIs. Remington set. Here's his 1-0. Gata takes a slider high again. 2 balls and no strikes. Files is in over at third. Durkee plays right in the back pocket of Kern at first. Middle infield double play depth. The 2-0 pitch. Got it. Squares around. Takes a called strike. Knee high on the outside corner. Two balls and 1 strike. Remington set. Looks to second. And he throws. Got it. Squares around. Takes outside. As aforementioned, he leads the league in walks. 26 of them does Nick Gata. Now ahead in the count, 3-1. Files still in at third. Wind still blowing to center just a tad. The pitch is outside, ball 4. 2 walks in a row allowed by Remington, and the Stompers have them loaded with nobody out. So here comes P.J. Phillips. We'll have a quick meeting with his starter, Jesse Remington, and the catcher, Wilkins Jimenez. 2-2 game. Meeting has concluded. Miles Williams coming up, who smashed a triple to center his first time at the plate against Remington. It's Molinari at third, Kern at second, Gata at first, with Wilkins Jimenez out in front of home plate relaying some signals to the defense. Jimenez is a big catcher at 6'1". So here's Williams, who opened the scoring today with that triple and then scored on the throwing error by the second baseman, Tillman Pugh. Nowhere to put Williams and nobody out with them loaded. Here's Remington's first pitch, and he takes a slider for a called strike on the outside black. It's 0-1. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs for Williams. Both of his home runs at Minor Family Field in Napa. One of them last night. Here's the 0-1. Swings and misses at a changeup, and it's 0-2. Williams, after the swing, gingerly walks around the back of home plate. 0-2 the count. Williams hitting .270. Still nowhere to put him. Big strikeout situation here for Jesse Remington. Here's the pitch. It's outside in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Williams. Base is still loaded. Outfield straight away, fairly deep. The 1-2. Williams hits it high to center. Clark camping under it. Everybody tagging. He makes the catch. The throw goes into second base. That'll be a sacrifice fly for Miles Williams. His 10th RBI of the year. And just like that, the Stompers lead 3-2. Kern and Gata did not advance as the throw went into second base. So here's Rob DeAngelis. Still only 1 out, runners at first and second. Molinari scores on the sacrifice fly. Jesse Remington trying to get out of the inning, allowing just the 2 runs. He can do that with a double play ball. Rob DeAngelis reached on a throwing error by Zach Files at third his first time up. He went 4 for 5 last night with 3 doubles. Remington out of the stretch. His first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Rob, left-handed hitter against a left-handed Remington. Kern at second, Gata at first. Remington set. He looks to second once, now twice. He throws. That's outside in the dirt on a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stompers hit well. They get on base, lead the league with a .279 average and a .328 on base percentage. .395 on base percentage, that is. Don't strike out all that much. Least amount of strikeouts as an offense in the league. DeAngelis shoots it through the 5-6 hole. Uresti slides, he can't get it. It's into left field for a base hit. Nick Kern, who thought Uresti had a chance at fielding it, went into third base with a slide, and Zach Pace was initially going to wave him around and test Akins in left. But with the slide, Kern unable to do so, and the bases are still loaded. And here's Dondre Hubbard. Hubbard singled today. Here he has the bases loaded and 1 out, so anything in the air will get the job done. Score is 3-2 Stompers here in the bottom of the second. Hubbard tied for second with home runs at 6, and he is second in the league with 21 runs batted in. Remington set. Here's his first pitch. The slider misses way outside for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Stompers second in home runs, 21. Second in RBIs with 112. Here's Remington's 1-0 pitch. Hubbard takes high and away on the 2-seam fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Dondre Hubbard, who 3 of his 6 home runs came in the first 3 games. He's cooled off rather quickly, hitting .338. Remington on 2-0. Here it is to Hubbard. Checks his swing. It's called a strike anyway on the pitch. Hubbard doesn't like it. He says that's up. Eric Thompson says, no, that's right across the letters. 2 balls and a strike on Hubbard, who already extended his hitting streak to 12 games. Gata with the walk earlier in the inning has now reached it all 19. The 2-1. Hubbard drills it to left center. Nobody moves. See you later. A grand slam for Dondre Hubbard. 7-2. I think that would impress Brandon Phillips. Grand slam for Dondre Hubbard. And he's blown it open here in the second. Everybody scores on Hubbard's 7th home run of the year. RBIs number 22, 23, 24, and 25. That home run's brought to you by Epicenter. Make your next family event an epic one at Epicenter. Here's Quitzer with the bases empty and 1 out. I don't even think it's landed yet. It went above the pine tree over there and left as Quitzer tops it foul down the third baseline. I saw it go up, and right as it hit above the mountains and went up into the baby blue sky, couldn't really see it anymore, and I never really saw a baseball come down. So he hit it to Canseco territory over there and left. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Quitzer. He fouls it straight back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Right off the bat of Hubbard, Akins didn't even move. He didn't even look, actually. He just stood there, hand on the hip, staring in toward the infield. His head didn't even go up. Sometimes you just know by the sound of the bat. That was one of those times. The 0-2 to Quitzer. Slider in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Quitzer's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time against Remington. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Remington out of the windup to Quitzer, and he hits it on 1 hop to Durkee at first. It's a foot race. Durkee flips to Remington, who's there in time for out number 2. Here's Pedro Barrios. He's the 9th man to hit this inning. Barrios, who was teammates with Wilkins Jimenez last year in Martinez. The two shared a conversation his first time up when he bounced into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. It's 7-2. Stompers with 6 runs this inning. First pitch to Barrios is a fastball for strike 1 on the outside corner. Brent Gillespie, who's on deck, started the inning with a single to center and reached second on the error by Chevy Clark, who couldn't field it cleanly. Remington's 0-1 pitch is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hubbard, his 7th home run of the year. That's the first one he's hit in what feels like a while. Barrios takes high, 2-1. He's now tied with Axel Johnson of the San Rafael Pacifics for the league lead in home runs. And he's just 1 shy of Axel Johnson's 26 as Barrios shoots a base hit to right. Stompers have hit around here in the second. Here's Brent Gillespie.
Designated hitter Brent Gillespie.
Gillespie singled and scored to open the inning. Here he is against Remington. Barrios at first. Pugh very deep at second. First pitch, he takes a 2-seamer for strike 1. Uresti at shortstop is playing up toward the middle. So a big hole in the 5-6 hole and a big hole up the middle on the second base side of the bag. Right where Dean Poteet, our field umpire, is occupying the infield grass. The 0-1. Gillespie's late on a fastball. It's 0-2.
Johnny Red knee, okay? Do it. Do it.
It's never easy to hit the second time in the inning, especially to follow up a hit your first time. And now he'll bat with 2 outs. Remington's 0-2 pitch, well outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gillespie. Does have a home run and 3 RBI. Sees 1 for 1 in this game. Barrios is at first. And a 7-2 lead likely won't go. Here's the 1-2. Gillespie takes a slider outside and low. Two balls and 2 strikes to Brent Gillespie. Remington said he looks to first. Now he fires. Gillespie is down on strikes. Nope. Jimenez couldn't hang on. He found it right into the glove of Jimenez, who took a little lean toward the third base dugout and realized he didn't have the ball in the glove. So Gillespie with a second life. Remington thought he had him too. Fooled us. Here's the 2-2 again, and this time Gillespie is down on strikes. The third strikeout of the game for Remington. That finally ends the second. The Stompers put up 6 runs, capped off by a Dondre Hubbard grand slam, and after 2, it's the Stompers 7, the Admirals 2.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Matt Uresti will lead things off here in the third with the Stompers leading it. Seven to 2. Our scoreboard just came on. That's a good thing. We can't work it though. Uresti takes strike 1. In independent baseball, you just have to deal with whatever comes your way, kind of. The 0-1 pitch to Uresti is swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes on the 9-hole hitting shortstop. It's 7 to 2 if you're listening in the ballpark and looking at the scoreboard and wondering what it says, because we're not in the 10th inning. That's up on the board. No balls and 2 strikes on Uresti, the left-handed hitter. Here it is from Connor Arnold, and he waves at a fastball. Strikeout for Connor Arnold to open the inning. Second strikeout of the ball game.
Second baseman Tillman Pugh.
Here's Tillman Pugh, the leadoff man. He flied to right his first time.
This field, you use 10s on visitors because the lights are out. So what's the score?
Connor Arnold working out of the windup. Here's the first pitch to Tillman Pugh. It's outside. 6 in the bottom half of the second inning for the Stompers, putting them out in front 7-2. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Pugh rolls it softly up the third baseline and foul. P.J. Phillips and Nick Kern come together. Phillips makes the play. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
So what you do is you usually hit for 1 out, and then for 2 outs, toggle to 2 out.
1 ball and 1 strike on Pugh, the leadoff man. Brandon Phillips on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Connor Arnold wants a new baseball. He doesn't like the one that he just got from Eric Thompson. 7-3, Stompers lead by 5 in the top of the third. Uresti down on 3 pitches to open the inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Slider misses outside, 3-1. Three balls and a strike on Tillman Pugh. Standing in from the right side. Here it is from Connor Arnold. Hits it in the air to right. That sends Miles Williams back. He reaches out. He leaps, and it is gone. A solo home run for Tillman Pugh. Right over the 345 sign and straightaway right, and it is 7-3. Solo shot for Pugh. His 3rd home run of the year. His 4th run batted in. Arnold just flipped up a pitch middle to Pugh on 3-1. Here's Brandon Phillips. Brandon Phillips in 2015 on the 30th of July actually was the first player in Major League Baseball history to what? I don't know as he swings and misses. It's 0-1. To record 2 3-run home run games, drive in 7, and steal 2 bases. First time ever on July 30th of 2015. Here he swings and fouls off the 0-1 slider. And it's 0-2. And Connor Arnold has looked his sharpest tonight against Brandon Phillips. Go figure. Connor Arnold's heart rate right now, probably 140 beats per minute. That's a lot. Here he is on 0-2. He quick pitches him and misses outside, and Brandon Phillips, he just laughs. Arnold has the Cueto delivery with the turning the back to the hitter and taking his time. He quick pitched Brandon Phillips, who steps out and shares a laugh with catcher Daniel Molinari. Like, did he just do that? The 21-year-old kid? Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Got that? Brandon got a kick out of that. First year in pro ball. And you quick pitch on Brandon Phillips. No chance. 2-2 the count. Here it is from Connor Arnold to Brandon Phillips. Change up, misses. Oh, and Connor wanted that pitch badly. And Daniel Molinari did his best to hold it there. You think Eric Thompson was a little afraid to ring up Brandon Phillips? I think maybe. Here's the 3-2. Slider, same spot, misses for ball 4. Those last two pitches from Connor Arnold right on the corner, and the two best changeups and sliders he's thrown in the whole game. And I think now, maybe a little afraid to ring him up. So Phillips is at first base after the walk with 1 out, following the Pugh solo shot to right center, and here's Nick Akins. Stompers lead at 7-3. Arnold out of the stretch. He throws a slider that misses outside to Akins. 1 ball and no strikes. Akins grounded to Kern at third. First time at the plate, he's 0 for 1. On an overcast night here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field, Phillips is at first. The 1-0. Akins swings through the fastball 1-1. Brandon Phillips, 209 career stolen bases. In 2015, he was first in Major League Baseball in stolen base percentage, an 88.5%. He was successful, and Akins rips one to left, right at DeAngelis, who makes the catch. 88.5% was the success rate for Brandon Phillips in that 2015 season. So with 2 out, here's Graylin Durkee. Here's Durkee. He rolled a grounder to Gata at second. He's 0 for 1. You think Brandon Phillips goes here? 209 career stolen bases in the big leagues with Daniel Molinari behind the plate. Now Molinari's heart may be racing, knowing that he has a chance to throw him out. First pitch to Durkee. Change up down low for ball 1. My heart's racing thinking about it. One ball, no strikes on Durkee, left-handed hitter. 7-3 the score. Here's the pitch. A slider below the knees, and Connor Arnold is visually frustrated with Eric Thompson's strike zone. The 2-2 changeup called a ball on the outside corner to Brandon Phillips, and then the 3-2 slider called a ball for ball 4. And then that slider knee-high to Durkee right over the middle of the plate called ball 2. There's the pitch. Change up down in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. And now Arnold angrily walks back to the mound. Daniel Molinari wants time. He pats him on the back. Probably telling him, those pitches are right there. Not much you can tell your pitcher at that point. You're throwing a great pitches, hitting your spot.
Milkshake bar right behind the home team dugout. Get a milkshake while you're at the ballpark.
The count is 3-0 on Graylin Durkee. Phillips at first. 2 out. Wind still slightly blowing to straightaway center. Williams in right, very deep, almost to the track. Here's the 3-0. High ball 4. 2 walks in the inning from Connor Arnold to Brandon Phillips, and Graylin Durkee puts runners at first and second. Still 2 out for Chevy Clark. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Again, all wine will be $1 off for the remainder of the inning. Again. So come on, Chevy, make everybody happy, happy, happy.
Clark, right-handed hitting center fielder. Hasn't had a great day. He struck out. He's already committed an error in center. We're only in the top of the 3rd. Here it is from Arnold. Fastball at the letters for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Clark back in. Arnold on 0-1. Slider called a strike on the outside corner. Clark checked his swing, but it was called a strike on the pitch anyway. No balls and 2 strikes on Chevy Clark. Phillips at second, Durkee at first, 2 out. 4-run Stomper lead in the 3rd. He looks to second, now he throws. Clark takes a slider for ball 1. Over at Napa, they're in the bottom of the 7th, and the Silverados lead the Stockade 5-3. San Rafael off tonight before they're here tomorrow night. The 1-2 pitch from Arnold is another slider in the dirt taken by Clark. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vlad Gomez on deck. In a game here that's been heavy in the offensive category the first few innings. The 2-2. Line down the left field line. That'll fall for a base hit. Phillips will score easily. Here comes Durkee. He will be held at third. An RBI double for Chevy Clark, and it is 7-4. Seventh RBI of the season for Clark. And after it was 7-2, just a 3-run game and the tying run at the plate for Vlad Gomez. There comes pitching coach Mike Nunez. And Connor Arnold frustrated. Nunez will walk to the mound. Here comes Barrios, the shortstop, in for the conversation. Tomorrow night is Avengers Night at the ballpark. 6:05 first pitch against the San Rafael Pacifics. So come dressed in your favorite Avengers costume. A lot of promotions coming up. Check our promotional calendar on our website, stompersbaseball.com. July 2nd, Napa night. Of course, the 4th of July here. Fireworks after the game if you have a ticket. Sit on the field and watch the fireworks. It's all coming next week. Off day on Saturday here this weekend, and then we're in San Rafael on Sunday. And now Eric Thompson, home plate umpire, has joined the conversation. And, of course, Mike Nunez wants the zone as big as he can have it for his pitcher. And Thompson and Arnold shared a short conversation and a laugh as Thompson patted him on the back. 2nd and 3rd and 2 out. Vlad Gomez climbs in the right side. He reached on an error by Kern at 3rd. And later scored on the Wilkins Jimenez 2-run home run, who's on deck. So a power threat on deck. And the guy that can really hit the ball at the plate now. Arnold's first pitch. Slider through the front door for strike 1. So after allowing the double, Arnold comes right back with strike 1. 7-4 in the 3rd. Gomez, who has driven in 5 this year, awaits the 0-1. Arnold deals, and it's rolled foul up the third baseline. The count is 0-2. Arnold way ahead here. Already shown him the slider in this at-bat. He may go fastball up here. Gomez, the right-handed hitter. Durkee at 3rd, Clark at 2nd. No balls and 2 strikes on Chevy Clark, who calls time now, digs back in. Arnold at the belt. His 0-2 pitch. Above the letters to Gomez, and it was right across the letters. Called ball 1. The whole stopper infield was moving toward the dugout, and it seems that the zone on the corners and at the letters has all but disappeared. Arnold's 1-2 pitch. On the ground is short. Barrios will field. Throws to first. Quitzer completes the putout on the other end, and that ends the inning. The Admirals get 2 more on 2 hits. The solo shot from Tillman Pugh and the RBI double by Chevy Clark. It is 7-4. We go to the blast of the 3rd. 8-9-1 spots coming up.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Molinari leads things off here in the bottom of the third, and he's first pitch swinging, and that goes underneath the glove of Files at third. Zach Files continues to have nightmares on defense. Second error of the game on Zach Files. Boy.
Now batting, third baseman Nick Kern.
If Files could pick somewhere to never play again, he might pick here. Here's Nick Kern. So before we can even talk about Molinari's RBI single in the second inning, he reaches here on the error. And that's been what's plagued Jesse Remington this year. His first pitch to Kern is called a strike. 7 runs allowed in the ball game. 5 of them are earned. Here's his 0-1 pitch to Kern. Slider stays high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Here it is to Kern. A slider on the ground to short. Uresti Fields who flipped a second, Pew to first. 6-4-3 double play.
Second baseman Nick Gatta.
Here's Nick Gatta. He's 0 for 1. Struck out, walked, scored. Walked and scored in the second. Got a left-handed hitter. Stompers lead 7-4 in the bottom of the third. And they're shifting Gatta to go the other way in the outfield. First pitch from Remington is a slider outside. Clark in center is over toward the left center gap, and Akins took a couple of extra steps toward the left field line. 1 ball and no strikes on Gatta. Here's the pitch. Two-seamer catches the outside, 1-1. And Jesse Remington, who's peppering the outside corner, he's really getting a couple inches off that plate. And Connor Arnold, to his glove side, is getting squeezed. There's the 1-1. Gatta fouls it off, 1-2. Couple pitches in the top half of this inning, 4 to be exact, that Arnold was very frustrated with. Couple on the outside corner to a right-handed batter, and then a couple below the letters that were between the belt and the letters. The 1-2 rolled on the ground to short. Uresti Fields, he throws to first. 1-2-3, bottom of the third for Jesse Remington. Nobody across for the Stompers. We're through 3 innings of play. It's the Stompers 7, the Admirals 4. Bottom third of the lineup for Vallejo when we come back right here on KSVY and on StompersBaseball.com.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Jimenez leads us off in the top of the 4th inning against Connor Arnold, right-hander. Allowed 2 in the 2nd and 2 in the 3rd so far. Here he faces the bottom third of the lineup, and Jimenez, who bit him last time for a 2-run home run to left center, takes a slider in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch against Jimenez. First pitch he's seen in the Pacific Association this year. He went deep. He takes a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nothing like hitting 1,000 and only hitting home runs. A ball and a strike on Jimenez. He'll be followed by Files and Uresti. Here's the pitch from Connor Arnold. Changeup catches the outside corner at the knees, and Jimenez very frustrated as he yanks the head out and looks over toward the Vallejo dugout on the third base side. Here's Arnold's 1-2 pitch. Jimenez hits it on the ground to third. Kern fields the throw to first. Right on the money. Zach Pace holding his breath every time a throw goes across the infield from the third base position. Kern giving him nothing to worry about. 1 out. Here's Zach Files.
Zach Files.
Files bounced to Quitzer, who flipped to Arnold to retire Files to end the 2nd inning. Kern at third is in on the infield grass and 15 feet off the line. Here's the first pitch. Takes high, ball 1. Over in Napa, they're close to being at the end of their ball game. The Silverados lead the Stockade 8-3 in the top of the 8th. The 1 out of Files swung on and missed. Little two-seam action there from Connor Arnold, maybe even a changeup. Files a little bit out in front, but not by much. Arnold fires on 1-1, and Files rolls it to Quitzer again. He'll field, flip to Arnold. 2 at-bats. Same result for Zach Files as he grounds out to Quitzer, 2 away. That'll bring up Matt Uresti. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 2 strikeouts for Arnold, 2 walks. Just 3 hits against him. 2 of the 3 home runs. Uresti bats from the left side. Here's the first pitch from Arnold. Oh, that almost got him. How to get out of the way? Oh. Way inside. 1 ball and no strikes. It was headed right for his ribs. Uresti likes his ribs, so he was able to get out of the way quickly. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Kern still in over at third base. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Uresti takes a 2-seamer off the inside. Arnold thought he should have had a strike. It's 3-0. It's been the glove side of the plate, that inside to lefties, away to righties part of the plate that Arnold has not gotten the calls that he wants here tonight, as the 3-0 pitch is inches below the knees for ball 4. And now Arnold just throws the glove out there saying, where do I need to throw it? Arnold thinks it should be a 2-2 count on Uresti. Instead, it's ball 4. Here's the leadoff man, Tillman Pugh. Homered to right center his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Arnold's first pitch. There goes Uresti. It's outside in the dirt. Molinari's throw down to second base. Will not be in time. It's a stolen base for Matt Uresti. He's in scoring position with 2 out. The pitch was outside and low to Pugh, so it's 1 ball and no strikes. Brandon Phillips on deck, and Connor Arnold would love to face him to lead off the 5th. Here's his 1-0 pitch to Pugh. Fastball across the letters for ball 2. And Connor Arnold is getting squeezed here in the last 3 innings. He was getting the fastball letter high to begin the ball game. The 2-0 sliders fouled away. He hasn't gotten anything about belly button high or on the outside corner here in the last 2 innings. Zach Pace and pitching coach Mike Nunez on the top step, and you know that Eric Thompson hears them. 2-1 the count to Pugh, the leadoff man. Arnold looks to second twice, now throws on 2-1, and Pugh rolls it on the ground to Kern. He fields, throw to first, in time, that ends the inning. No runs on no hits. Admiral strand a base runner. We go to the home half of the fourth. 2, 3, 4 spots coming up for the Stompers right here on KSVY and at StompersBaseball.com.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Miles Williams will lead us off here in the last of the fourth. For Williams, a triple, a run scored, and a sacrifice fly. It was a crazy play in the first. He lined a triple over the head of Clark in center field. It went all the way to the 435 side. He fouls the first pitch away. It caromed off the right center wall and bounced back towards center field. Williams went into third standing, and then the throw got away from Pugh, the second baseman, to third, and it went into the dugout. Williams scored. Here's the 0-1. That's outside. One ball and one strike on Miles Williams. Here it is from the left-hander, Jesse Remington. Hit it in the air. Back behind second base. Uresti calling for it. He dances and makes the catch. Oh, Matt Uresti with a tricky line on that pop-up. He was dancing behind second base. Able to make the play as he points to his stomach saying, gosh, I almost missed that. Now hands on the knees, shaking the head. Here's Rob DeAngelis. Nobody on, one out, bottom of the fourth. Stompers lead 7-4. Remington has settled down in the last inning plus as DeAngelis takes a slider off the outside for ball one. He's retired 5 straight after that 6-run second inning for the Stompers. 7-4. Stompers on top. Here's the 1-0. DeAngelis fouls it straight back. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame, singled and scored in the second, reached on an error in the first. Last night, DeAngelis by far the best game offensively of the year, 4 for 5 with 3 doubles. Went into the ballgame with just 1 double on the season before hitting 3 of them in the ballgame in Napa last night. Here's the 1-1. Takes a slider in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count on DeAngelis, who's hitting over 300 the pitch. Popped up, foul territory, left side out of play, and DeAngelis angry at himself for swinging at that pitch. So the count is 2-2. Connor Arnold, 3-0 in 3 starts. Against Remington with a sub-2 ERA, and Rob DeAngelis rolls it foul up the first baseline and clank off the hands of Jacob Barfield, who's first base coach tonight. He'll get some grief about that one when he goes back to the dugout. Still 2-2 on DeAngelis, nobody on, 1 out. The sun has begun to peek through the overcast sky here. The 2-2 is inside on DeAngelis, and the count is full. Rob knew it. Hubbard's on deck. 3-2 the count. It's been overcast pretty much all day here in Sonoma. The payoff from Remington. Slider low, ball 4. So Dondre Hubbard comes up to the booth before the game and says, hey, look, I'm not really hitting. He extended his hit streak yesterday with a single in his last at-bat. Before that, he was 0 for 4. He said, hey, look, I need to change my walk-up song. That's why I haven't been hitting lately. I need a walk-up song that can help me hit. And you kind of look at the guy and go, yeah, sure, we'll change it. 2 for 2 with a single and a grand slam here in the game. Baseball's crazy that way. First pitch. Fouls it away. Yeah, sure, man. Your walk-up song is the reason why you haven't been hitting well lately. Let's just go with the fresh one. Can we just go with a fresh one? Anything you want, Dre. Homers. Tied for the league lead with 7 now. 25 RBIs. That's second best in the Pacific Association as he takes high and away. Snap throw back to first, not in time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Pugh at second playing up the middle. Uresti normal position at short. Files very deep at third. A lot of room in right center for Dre. Count is 1-1. Remington said he looks to first. He throws. It's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Stompers now with 22 home runs as a club this year. Tonight, game number 19. So if you come out to the ballpark tomorrow, the odds are that you'll probably see a home run. DeAngelis at first, 1 out. The 2-1 pitch from Jesse Remington. There goes DeAngelis. It's high and away. Throw down to second by Jimenez is not in time. It was high. Pugh went up to try and get it. Could not bring it down. And that stolen base is brought to you by Sonoma Fit. Rob DeAngelis with his 4th stolen base of the season. He's in scoring position in a 3-1 count to Dondre Hubbard. 3 balls and a strike. Rob at second, 1 out. Stompers trying to extend the lead, 7-4. Remington's pitch. High and away, ball 4. So after getting Miles Williams to pop up in shallow center, back-to-back walks issued by Remington, and here's Chris Quitzer. Stompers in this ball game so far. We're only in the bottom of the 4th. 3 for 4 with 6 RBIs. Runners in scoring position in the game. Not including the sacrifice fly and a walk. There's the first pitch to Quitzer. He takes a 2-seamer for a called strike. Nothing in 1 the count on Chris, who's 0 for 2. He struggled against left-handers this year, and that proves to be true tonight. Grounder to first and a strikeout. The 0-1. He bounces it to Durkee, who will turn and thought about throwing to second. Instead, will run over and step on the first base bag. Admirals cannot get 2. Quitzer moves everybody up 90 feet, and here comes P.J. Phillips, and, well, that might do it. He hasn't made a move yet. He'll take the baseball from Jesse Remington, and his day is officially over. So in each of his last 2 starts, Remington only goes 4 2/3 and 3 2/3 against the Stompers. New pitcher. This pitching change is brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement. We'll have that for you when we come back. Pedro Barrios will hit against the new pitcher right-hander, Cage Cascone. This 5'10", 180-pounder. For Cascone this year, this will be the 6th game in which he's appeared, a 7.56 ERA in 8 1/3 innings. He's allowed 8 runs, 7 earned, and 11 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He inherits runners at second and third with just 1 out, and he delivers very high to Pedro Barrios, 1 ball and no strikes. DeAngelis is at third with Hubbard at second. The inning win, a Miles pop out to short. Back-to-back walks, and then Quitzer grounded to first for the second out. Cascone on 1-0. Barrios takes high and in. Pedro in the game so far, 1 for 2 with a single. Infield is not pulled in. 2 out. 2 balls and no strikes on Barrios. The 2-0. Lined into the glove of Files at third. That ends the inning. Stompers get a couple base runners, cannot score. It's 7-4 after 4. We'll go to the top of the 5th. 2, 3, 4 spots coming up for the Admirals when we come back right here on KSVY and on mixlr.com/Sonoma Stompers.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Brandon Phillips will lead it off in the top of the 5th inning. He's flied to right and walked and scored. Arnold's first pitch to him is a fastball across the letters for strike one. That pitch number 72 for Arnold. He thought he had him struck out on 2 separate occasions the last time Phillips was at the plate, on a slider on the outside and a changeup on the corner. But both pitches called balls. Here's the 0-1 to Phillips. Inside it, got him. It's the last thing you want to do. So Brandon Phillips hit by the pitch. He goes down to first. That leads off this 5th for Nick Akins. Akins 0 for 2. He bounced to third and flying to left. And the fly ball to left was right at Rob DeAngelis, hit on the nose. Akins with Phillips at first. Nobody out. 7-4 Stompers lead top of the 5th. First pitch from Arnold. Slider popped straight back and out of play. They're getting close to finishing over at Napa with their game time at 5:05 tonight. And they are officially over. Silverados take that game 8-3. Arnold with a long look into Molinari. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a slider. Akins comes up empty. It's 0-2. So with Napa winning, they are now 9-11 and 2 games below 500, and they're at this moment 5 games back. Salina falls to 6-14. They are 8 games back right now. Here's the 0-2. That's lined into left field. It'll top spin down for a base hit. Fastball left up above the belt to Akins. He hammers it to left. First and second, nobody out for Graylin Durkee. And this Admiral lineup, really 1 through 9. Anybody can change the course of the ball game, and especially this man, the cleanup hitter, Graylin Durkee. 0 for 1, grounded to second and walked. Put a bunch of power numbers last year in every league that he was in. Started the year in the Pecos League. Now back with the Admirals. Phillips at second, Akins at first. Arnold's first pitch. It's a fastball for strike one on the outside corner. So Connor Arnold's getting the corner to lefties on the outside. Hasn't gotten the corner on the inside to lefties. Long looks in for Arnold here this inning. Now he throws on 0-1. On the outside corner, it's 0-2. Durkee climbs back in the left-handed batter's box. Arnold now set at the belt. He looks to second once. Now twice. The pitch. Durkee reaches for it and stays alive. Stompers, after winning 9 straight, lost 2 straight. Saturday and then Tuesday. Back in the win column last night in Napa. Trying to continue the winning ways here in a 2-game homestand. Here's the 0-2. Durkee takes a changeup, a called strike 3. Good changeup at the knees from Connor Arnold. Durkee down looking, the 3rd strikeout of the game for Connor Arnold, and here's Chevy Clark. Clark is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. That was his last time at the plate in the 3rd. Arnold's first pitch to him here. It's a slider down below the knees for ball 1. This pitch coming up, number 82 from the right-hander. On 1-0. Clark takes a slider inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody up in the Stomper bullpen. Jesse Remington knocked out after 3 2/3. He allowed 7 runs, 6 earned on 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, and he walked 4. So not a good outing for Jesse Remington, and that's twice against the Stompers. He's lasted less than 5 innings. Here's the 2-0. Clark rolls it on the ground to third. Kern backhand stab. He kicks it, and he'll have to hold on to it. That'll be an infield single for Chevy Clark. They have him loaded, but for Nick Kern over at third base, moving to his right, backhanding you the chalk, saved Brandon Phillips from coming around to score. Still only 1 out and bases loaded for Vlad Gomez. 0 for 2. He reached on an error and scored back in the 2nd inning. Corners. Not just the corners, but Kern over at third is in. The first pitch to Gomez is a slider, swung on and missed. Kern's in. Quitzer playing deep at first, and the middle infield is playing for a double play ball. They're straight away in the outfield. Gomez a home run and 5 RBIs on the year. Arnold's 0-1 pitch to him. Is hit in the air to left. DeAngelis moving toward the gap. Hubbard now will make the call and the catch. His throw will go to the plate. It's cut off by Quitzer. A sacrifice fly for Vlad Gomez for the 2nd out of the inning. Drives in Brandon Phillips, and it is 7-5. Sixth RBI of the season for Gomez.
Catcher Wilkins Jimenez.
And that brings up Wilkins Jimenez. Jimenez 1 for 2 with the 2-run shot, his first at bat of the year. It cleared everything in left center. If you've ever been to Palooza Park at Arnold Field, you know the press box for the football field is over there in left center. First pitch to him. Slider swung on and missed. On top of the press box is the scoreboard, and Wilkins hit it over it. He didn't hit it on top. He didn't hit it to the side. Right over the middle of it. Just about as far as Dondre Hubbard hit his grand slam. 0-1 the count. Aikens at second. Clark at first. The 0-1 pitch is on the outside corner for strike two, and Connor Arnold now getting that call on the outside corner after he didn't for the last 2 innings. Way ahead 0-2 on Jimenez, and he'll likely go back to the slider at least one more time in this at-bat. Here it is, an inside move towards second base, no throw. Aikens at second doesn't run very well. Clark at first does. Jimenez calls time. No wind at the moment in the top of the fifth. Stompers leading it 7-5. Jimenez now digs back in, and he's ready. Now calls time again. Right-hander Connor Leadholm has gotten up and started to throw in the Stomper bullpen. Arnold's 0-2. Slider, he fouled it off. Good slider out of Connor Arnold. He may even go back to it here. He had Wilkins Jimenez way out in front and reaching for it. Or he could try and pump a fastball by him. First and second, 2 out. 1 run in this inning on the Vlad Gomez sacrifice fly. Arnold deals. He went high and tight with a fastball. Jimenez took it. 1-2. So you go slider to open the at-bat, then a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. Then on 0-2, you throw a great slider. Jimenez fouls it off. High and tight with a fastball. Now it's 1-2. You have to think he'd go back to the slider against Jimenez here. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball, he popped it out of play. Two fastballs in a row from Connor Arnold, both above the belt. See if he changes the eye level here or if he elevates even higher on Jimenez. Up to a place his hands can't reach. He looks to second, the 1-2 pitch. Slider popped up, foul territory down the right field line. Quitzer over toward the sidewall, and it is out of play. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
7 answers on the board, ladies. Here we go. Name a number that most men exaggerate.
100.
This will be pitch 92 from Arnold to Jimenez. A long look to Molinari. The two finally agree. The pitch. Lined into left center field. That is hit well. Hubbard on the run. He settles down in front of the wall and makes the catch. Jimenez thought he had another one. Hubbard had a different idea. 1 run in on 2 hits. The sacrifice fly at 7-5. We're halfway home in tonight's ball game. Gillespie, Molinari, Kern for the Stompers when we return.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Brent Gillespie.
Gillespie will lead things off here in the last of the fifth. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored in the game so far. For Brent in his Palooza Park at Arnold Field debut in a Stompers uniform. Played here before many times. He takes a first pitch high and away from Cascone. 1 ball and no strikes. As mentioned before, Remington 3 2/3, 7 runs, 6 earned on 7 hits. He struck out 3 and walked 4. Cascone works out of the stretch, the 1-0 pitch, and Gillespie rolls it foul, 1-1. Bottom of the fifth in a 7-5 ball game in which the Stompers led at 1.7-2. The 1-1 breaking ball is in the dirt to Gillespie, 2 balls and a strike. Stompers a 2-game homestand here tonight. And then tomorrow night, 6:05 against the San Rafael Pacifics, who are in town for Avengers Night. The 2-1, Gillespie pops it up out of play off to the left. Struck out his last time up. This is his first at-bat against Cage Cascone, who spent last year with Vallejo in 22 games. In center, Clark plays to the right center field side, expecting Gillespie to pull the 2-2. He takes in the dirt, and the count is full. Daniel Molinari is on deck. It's been 1 through 9 tonight. Everybody has contributed. Everybody except Chris Quitzer has gotten on base. The payoff. Gillespie rolls it into the glove of a diving Durkee at first. He'll flip to Casco, and that completes the putout. Nice play by Graylin Durkee over at first, diving to his left towards the line. Getting it out of the glove in time to flip to Cascone. So 1 out, here's Daniel Molinari. RBI single in the second. He reached on an error in the third. Two in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fifth for Vallejo, 1 in the first, 6 in the second for the Stompers, who lead the ball game 7-5. Nobody on, 1 out. They're straight away defensively for Vallejo. Cascone's first pitch to Molinari's high and away on a fastball. Molinari tonight making his 5th start behind the plate this year. Bronson Butcher, of course, making the other 14 starts, the 1-0. Molinari swings through the fastball 1-1. A home run and 2 RBIs for Molinari on the year. Does a brilliant job behind the plate. .92 pitches for Connor Arnold, so we may see a new pitcher when we come back out for the top of the 6th as Molinari fouls the 1-1 pitch straight back. Errors for Vallejo tonight. 4 of them in the first 4 1/3 on defense. One ball and 2 strikes on Molinari, the right-handed hitting catcher. He climbs back in. Cascone, the second pitcher of the night for P.J. Phillips, delivers a 12-6 curveball that misses low. Lots of break from north to south for Cascone. Called a ball by Eric Thompson, so 2-2 the count. Aikens in left playing well off the line, so Molinari, if he could yank one down the line, would have an easy double. The 2-2 pitch. Very high, and the count is full. Back-to-back full counts for Cascone to open this 5th. He got Gillespie to roll to first. Here's the payoff to Molinari. Inside ball 4. Here's Nick Kern. Walked and scored in the second, bounced into a 6-4-3 double play, so he's 0 for 1. Kern, who spent 2018 in Napa, here with the Stompers in 2019. Molinari with a short lead at first. The first pitch to Kern is up high for ball one. Umpires pointed up, signaling about the lights turning on. They should turn on here momentarily, we think. The 1-0. Inside to Kern, 2 balls and no strikes. The scoreboard wasn't on until the third inning. So everything was turned off. The PA was turned off when we got here. We had to turn on so the guys could have music during batting practice. Where you expect the lights to turn on. If not, I guess we'll go as long as Mother Nature allows. 2 balls and no strikes to Kern. Here's the pitch from Cascone. Takes high, 3-0. Cascone has faced 3 men so far. Barrios lined a shot into the glove of Files at third. Gillespie worked a full count and rolled a grounder to first. Molinari walked. Now here's the 3-0 to Kern. That's on the outside corner for strike one. Molinari at first, 1 out. 2-run ball game here in the 5th. These two teams who always play each other tough, the 3-1, and Kern fouls it straight back. Here are the scores this year against these two teams. Here at Arnold Field, Stompers have won 6-2, 3-1, and 4-3, so the largest margin of victory, just 4 runs. Then on the road, a 5-0 win, a 6-4 loss, and a 4-1 loss. So the largest margin of victory overall, just 5 runs. Here's the 3-1. Kern takes a called strike 3 at the knees. He's out number 2. First strikeout for Cascone. 2 gone. The lineup flips over for Nick Gata. Gata's 0 for 2. A strikeout, a ground out. He walked and scored in the second inning. Molinari still at first. Gata takes a first pitch strike on the outside. 0-1. Gata comes from a family of athletes. He takes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. His brother, his biggest influence, he's also a pro ball player, spent some time in the Rays organization. His sister is a soccer player at Gonzaga. Go figure, the 1-1. Gata hits it in the air, right center field. Long run for Gomez. He's still going on the run. He reaches up and makes the catch. That's a heck of a play in right field by Vlad Gomez. He went a long way to track that ball down, but he does. We're through 5 full. Stompers lead 7-5. We'll go to the 6th. 8-9-1 spots due up for Vallejo.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Zach Files.
Zach Files, Matt Uresti, and Tillman Pugh for the Admirals here in the 6th. Connor Arnold on 92 pitches back out to the mound to at least start this 6th inning. Connor Leadholm was tossing in the bullpen. Kern in at third base. The first pitch to Files is a fastball that misses inside and low for ball 1. So Napa already victors tonight over the Salina Stockade. Right-hander in the bullpen for P.J. Phillips and the Admirals as the 1-0 fastball from Arnold misses high for ball 2. Stompers here at home, 8-2 this year through the first 10 games at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. Arnold's 2-0 pitch. Files hits it in the air softly to center. Hubbard coming in. He will make the catch. 1 out. Here's Matt Uresti. Uresti struck out and walked. Connor Leadholm still in the Stomper bullpen. And if Arnold keeps throwing outs on 3 pitches, he could probably get through this 6th inning. Here's the first one to Uresti. Lined into right field. Williams coming on. It'll fall in front of him for a base hit. First hit of the night for Matt Uresti. Lineup flips over. 4th time through now. Tillman Pugh comes to the plate. Leadholm starts the throw again in the bullpen. He had stopped when this inning begun. Now back up, loosening up again. Pugh's 1 for 3, the solo home run to right center, right over the 345 mark. Right over the glove of Miles Williams, who gave it a good leap. Runner at first, 1 out. Spinning a throw back, and Uresti's back with a dive.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Double play, depth up the middle. Kern even with the bag at third base. First pitch to Pugh is a curveball, breaking ball that stays high. 1 ball and no strikes with Leadholm getting ready. This is pitch number 98 out of Arnold. Here it is to Pugh. Popped it way up down the left field line. Into foul territory. A long run for DeAngelis. It comes down underneath the lights. He makes the catch. Throw to second base will not be in time. Uresti tags up. But that is a heck of a play by Rob DeAngelis in left field. It went above the lights down the left field line in a hazy sky with the sun not having set just yet. He went into foul territory on the run, overran it by about a step or 2. And then threw his palms up as if to say, where is it? Oh, there it is. And he reached back over his head and made the catch. Here's Brandon Phillips. He's 0 for 1. Walked and scored, hit by a pitch and scored. First pitch to him down low, and you could tell Connor Arnold really reached back there and tried to get a little extra. Brandon Phillips, if you look at him on Twitter in his bio, it says, I'm your favorite ball player's favorite ball player. That's probably true. Very dazzling with the glove at second base in his career. The 1-0 pitch to him. Slider called a strike. It's 1-1. That's probably pretty true. Your favorite ball player's favorite ball player. Everybody loves Brandon Phillips. His brother, of course, PJ, younger brother, the manager of the Admirals, and his sister plays for the San Antonio Silver Stars, the WNBA. So another athletically inclined family. Phillips calls time and steps out. Phillips digs in. Here's the 1-1 from Connor Arnold. Slider popped out of play down the right field line. Long run for Quitzer, and it's into the bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes, and Connor Arnold one more time can try and strike out Brandon Phillips. He had an opportunity in the first before Phillips flew out to right. He thought he got him twice in the third. He looks to second. His 1-2 pitch. Lined into center field. Hubbard coming on. He won't get there. That'll fall for a single. Around third is Uresti. He'll score. It's a one-run ball game on the Brandon Phillips RBI single to center. Good two-strike swing out of the ex-Red Sox Brave and Red. 2 strikes, get the barrel out, punches it into short center, and it's 7-6. Here's Akins. He's 1 for 3 with a single. So Phillips tonight now 1 for 2 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Not a bad line. Here comes Zach Pace, and that will likely be it for Connor Arnold. Connor lead home has been loosening in the bullpen. Here this inning. Pace at the mound now. He'll take the ball from a right-hander, and that's it for Connor Arnold tonight. He leaves with the lead and the chance to get his 4th win in as many starts. New pitcher, Connor Leadholm. We'll have his numbers when we come back. This pitching change brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement Facility. New pitcher's right-hander Connor Leadholm. And for him, this will be the 9th ball game he's come into. Make that the 6th ball game he's come into with an 8.44 ERA. 5 1/3, 5 runs, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. 6'1", 205-pounder from Lakewood, Colorado. Played collegiately at the University of Northern Colorado before playing with the Gateway Grizzlies 15 games last year. He'll inherit first. Phillips at first and Akins at the plate. So a big spot to come into for Leadholm. With the big slugger, Akins, who's 1 for 3. Phillips leads from first. Leadholm out of the stretch. His first pitch. Checks his swing, and he fouled it off. 0-1 the count, and it got a piece of Daniel Molinari, so Eric Thompson will go out and give Leadholm a new baseball and give his catcher a few extra moments to breathe. 0-1 the count on Nick Akins. Phillips at first after the RBI single to center, scoring Matt Uresti. They're deep on the left side of the infield. Gata at second is playing up the middle, so a big hole through the right side for Akins. A lot of room in right center field as well. Leadholm on 0-1. That was a fastball that stays high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Graylin Durkee on deck. We're in the top of the sixth. Stompers lead 7-6 in this, the highest scoring game between these two teams this year. 13 total runs. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed. Previous highest scoring game between these two was 10 runs. A 6-4 loss that came in Vallejo for the Stompers. 1-2, lead home set, trying to get out of the inning. The pitch on the ground, down the third baseline, foul. Ho, 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 ho. By that much. Boy, maybe an inch to the foul side of the chalk. His count remains 0-2 on Akins, and Kern gave it a dive at third, but oh man. Still 1-2. Phillips over at first base. Lead home set at the belt in a one-run game. 2 out, here's the pitch. Line fouled on the third baseline. Still 1-2 on Akins, who has fouled the last 2 pitches off. Phillips at first. Arnold out of the game. He's responsible for Phillips. Here's the 1-2 again. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it is from Connor, lead home. On the ground, left side, Kern scoops it up. He'll throw to second the short way. That ends the inning. Admirals get a run on the Brandon Phillips RBI single to center. It's a 1-run ball game. We go to the home half of the 6th. Williams, DeAngelis, Hubbard, big bats coming up.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Miles Williams will lead things off here in the last of the 6th. 2, 3, 4 spots against new pitcher Eli Garcia, the 6-foot right-hander from Trenton, New Jersey. This will be the 8th game in which he's appeared this year, an 8.02 ERA. In 12 1/3, he's allowed 12 runs, 11 earned on 21 hits. He struck out 13 and walked 7. He'll have to face the heart of the Stomper order out of the stretch. Here in the bottom of the sixth, he delivers a first pitch fastball at the knees. It's 0-1. Miles tonight 1 for 2 with the triple and the run scored in the first inning. A sacrifice fly in the second, and he popped up his last at bat to Uresti out at short. Takes low 1-1. Lots of room for Williams in right center. Garcia on 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike, and it's just a 1-run game. 7-6. Here in the sixth, Stompers by 1. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Miles Williams. It's in the dirt, 3-1. Rob DeAngelis on deck. Garcia deals on 3-1. That's inside to Williams, ball 4.
Jessica Todd. Jessica Todd. Please report for the announcer's booth. Jessica Todd.
Here's Rob DeAngelis after the walk to Miles.
Now batting, Rob DeAngelis.
Rob tonight 1 for 2, singled and scored, walked and reached on an error, so he's been on base all 3 times. Garcia's first pitch. Rob fouls it away. And Rob DeAngelis got a piece of the glove of Wilkins Jimenez, so he will reach on catcher's interference.
Catcher's interference has been called.
So the first pitch, Rob gets a piece of the glove of Jimenez. That's something that you don't see all that often here at this level. You'll see it every now and then. Not very much.
Has won, but has not claimed his prize. Julius Chillinger to the announcer's
Dondre Hubbard
along with Jessica Todd.
will come up. He's 2 for 2. A single in the first, a grand slam in the second, and he walked in the fourth. Garcia's first pitch. He squares around, drops on a bunt. Third baseline, Files will charge. He fields, gets rid of it quickly. And that's a nice play by Zach Files. It'll go down as a sacrifice bunt. Everybody moves up one base. Second and third for Chris Quitzer, who finally will face right-handed pitching, and he couldn't be happier. 0 for 3 to start the ball game. All 3 at-bats against Remington. Infield in for PJ in a 1-run game, second and third, the first pitch. Quitzer takes right down Broadway for strike 1. Quitzer, 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Last night drove in 3 runs. The 0-1 is on the ground to Pugh. Not able to get the run home. Quitzer's the second out. Here's Barrios. Barrios is 1 for 3 with a single. The 2 at-bats he's had with runners in scoring position. He has failed to drive anybody in. So with 1 pitch, the infield is now back, second and third, 2 out in a 1-run game. Garcia's set. He throws. Barrios hits it on the ground to first. Durkee fields the high hopper. He'll run over and step on the bag unassisted. So the Stompers had second and third, 1 out, and failed to score. They strand 2 on no hits. We're through 6 innings. It's the Stompers 7, the Admirals 6.
At the conclusion of this, the
We're in the top of the 7th inning here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. The Stompers lead by only 1, 7-6. Lead home, who came in with a runner at first and 2 out in the 6th inning, got Akins to bounce into a fielder's choice to end the inning. Now he'll face the 4, 5, 6 spots, Durkee, Clark, and Gomez in just a 1-run game. Now, as we get later into this ball game, the question that arises is, lead home out of the stretch. His first pitch to Durkee is lined out of play. The question is, with Ethan Gibbons in the bullpen, Jacob Cox scheduled to start on Sunday. In a high-leverage situation, does Jacob Cox come into this game late? The 0-1 is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. That is the question. I don't think so, but we don't know. It may be a day in which Cox is scheduled to throw a bullpen. Maybe it's just a live bullpen. 1-1 is high and away. 2 balls and a strike. Ethan Gibbons is up in the Stomper bullpen and throwing. The 2-1 pitch. Durkee hits it in the air, left center field. DeAngelis is there. 1 out. So, if lead home can get through this 7th, it looks like it'll be Gibby in the 8th, and then Richardson for the 9th. That's the way that it looks now. Trying to get Ethan Gibbons back on track, and Zach Pace would love to use him in a late inning situation. Lead home has the 7th now as Clark fouls the first pitch away. So it looks like he'll go to Gibbons in the 8th. And then Richardson will be the closer from here on out. At least for this weekend. With Cox scheduled to start on Sunday. The 0-1 to Clark. Takes a slider for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Chevy Clark. Nobody on, 1 out, 1-run game in the 7th. Lead home's 0-2 pitch. He throws. High and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's Ethan Gibbons in the pen for the Stompers. And a right-hander's up for Vallejo. The 1-2 pitch is called strike 3 at the knees on the inside corner. Chevy Clark is down on strikes for the 2nd time in the ball game. 2 out.
Thanks to Chevy Clark, all wine is now $1 off for the remainder of the 7th inning. Now batting right fielder Vlad Gomez.
Here's Vlad Gomez, nobody on, 2 out. Lead home's first pitch out of the stretch is right on the outside corner. 0-1. Coming up in the bottom of the inning, the bottom third, Gillespie, Molinari, Kern. Lead home on 0-1. Gomez waves at a good slider. It's 0-2. Connor is way ahead. So Connor with a K started the game, went 5 2/3. Now Connor with a C out of the bullpen as the sun sets here in Sonoma. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Connor. Lead home ends the 7th. Stretch time here at the ballpark. Last third of the order due up.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Alex Leach is the new pitcher for Vallejo. This pitching change brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement. He's part of the big three for PJ at the back end of the bullpen, 7-8-9. It goes Leach, her, Aaron, 7-8-9. So Leach appearing in his 9th game of the year, a 0 ERA, 7 1/3, 1 run, not earned, 5 hits, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. Needless to say, very effective. Here's Gillespie. The first pitch to him is on the outside corner for strike 1. Stompers who haven't scored since the second inning. 1 in the first, 6 in the second. Leach on 0-1. He throws a fastball right by Gillespie. 0-2. Brent Gillespie tonight, 1 for 3, singled and scored in the second. Here's the pitch from Leach. Lined out of play out to the left. Gillespie from the left side, he takes outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alex Leach works out of the windup. Here it is. Gillespie fouls it back again. Count still 1-2. Gillespie leading off this bottom of the 7th. Leach works. Now he fires. Gillespie lines it right back up the middle. His second hit of the ball game. And for the second straight game, Gillespie has a multi-hit game. Leadoff single here in the 7th. Here's Daniel Molinari. Now Wilkins Jimenez will go out and instruct his defense on positioning, and he pulls Files in at third, with Durkee holding on the runner over at first. Here's Daniel Molinari with Gillespie at first, nobody out. Leach working from the stretch. His first pitch, Molinari takes in the dirt after squaring around. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Jimenez got the fastball from the dirt. It nicked him. Molinari did square around, so it was smart for Jimenez to pull Files in at third. The middle infield still double play depth. Gillespie with a short lead at first. Leach puts the hands up high, now comes set chest. Time is called. Very late. Molinari is 1 for 2. He's had an RBI single and scored in the second, reached on an error in the third, and he walked. So he's been on all 3 times tonight. The 1-0. In the dirt, gets away from Jimenez up the first baseline. Gillespie up to second on a wild pitch. 2-0 the count, and now a runner in scoring position. Much, much needed insurance run. Out at second base. Thompson wipes off home plate. Brent Gillespie with his wheels, if you will, out at second base. He thinks he's fast. Below average speed at best. 2-0 the count on Molinari. He already has an RBI single in the ballgame. Here's the pitch. That's lined down the left field line. It's carrying toward the corner. It is fair, says Thompson, into the corner. Gillespie scores easily, and Daniel Molinari has an RBI double. It's 8-6 Stompers, and Nick Akins out in left field, standing in the corner saying, this is where it bounced right here. He's 5 feet foul. Thompson says no. It was fair. An RBI double for Molinari. And the much-needed insurance run comes across. It's 8-6. Aikens just now making his way back to his normal position. Here's Nick Kern. Molinari's second RBI of the ball game, his third RBI of the season. Here's Kern, he's 0 for 2. Leach takes his time out of the stretch. The first pitch, Kern takes low. One ball and no strikes on Nick Kern. Small sample size for him this year, hitting only 182. The 1-0. Hit foul out of play off to the right. For Kern, coming into the game, only 11 at-bats. 2 for 3, though, with runners in scoring position and 2 RBIs. This is his first opportunity with a runner in scoring position tonight. Daniel Molinari out at second. Kern calls time. Sun setting and just painting a gorgeous sky here in Sonoma with the baby blue backdrop and the cloud cover. We had an overcast day here, and it's just painted bright pink. The cotton candy sky here tonight. The 1-1 to Kern. On the ground, left side, through for a base hit. Nick Kern has his first hit of the game. Stompers have him at the corners with still nobody out. And the lineup turns over for Nick Gatta.
Third baseman, Nick Gatta.
Gatta would love a hit here. He's 0 for 3. Walked and scored in the second. He has Molinari at third, Kern at first. Nobody out in the seventh, and the Stompers trying to add on even more. 1 run already here in this last of the seventh. It's 8-6. Leach at the chest. His first pitch to Gatta. Inside and low for ball 1. Kern this year does not have a stolen base. He's over at first. Now would be a good time to run, leading only by 2. Corners are in, middle infield, playing for a double play ball. The 1-0 is a changeup in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes.
We are the Global Gym Purple Cobras, and we will rock you.
Vlad Gomez in right is well off the line. Big hole on the right side of the infield. Kern digs in. Big spot here, nobody out. Leach, set. On 2-0, he deals. Gatta flares it down the left field line and out of play. This feels like the at-bat right here.
I like turtles.
Gatta, who's hitless tonight, he's reached in all 19 games. Durkee holds on Kern at first. Molinari leads from third. Leach, who had not given up an earned run until this inning, fires on 2-1. Gatta takes a big swing and comes up empty, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On a chilly night here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field, 64 degrees. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Leach set. His 2-2 pitch to Gatta. Here it is, and Gatta calls time, and once again, time granted very late by Eric Thompson behind the plate. Everybody just froze. Still 2-2 on Gatta. He digs back in. Kern with a short lead at first. Molinari's at third. Bottom of the seventh, Stompers lead 8-6. Nobody out. Leach is 2-2. Low ball 3, and the count is full. Miles Williams on deck.
2, 3. Oh, boy, is this great.
3-2 on Gata, who leads the league with 27 walks. Very disciplined, especially with 2 strikes. Leach is 3-2. That's outside, and the bases are loaded.
3, 4.
Here's Miles Williams. Tonight, Miles is 1 for 2. Tripled and scored in the first. Hit a sacrifice fly in the second. Walked in the 6th. So Wilkins will go out and talk to his reliever, Alex Leach, who's the 4th Admiral to take the hill tonight. Right-hander up in the bullpen for Vallejo. Jimenez relays defensive signs to his infield. It's Molinari at third, who has the RBI double in the inning. Kern at second, and Gata at first. Williams digs in. First pitch from Leach. Takes a fastball for strike 1. Miles tonight has an RBI already, hitting .292 on the season with 8 RBIs, a double, and a home run. Leach at the chest. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Williams fouls it in and out of the glove of Jimenez and quickly falls behind 0-2. Williams in a huge spot here. Leach pitching for the strikeout. Nobody up in the Stomper bullpen right now. Gibbons was throwing earlier. He may be hot and ready to go in the top of the 8th. Leach looks over at third. He's ready. Here he is on 0-2. Miles takes high, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Williams with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs on the season. Hubbard already hit a grand slam earlier in the game, the 1-2, and he rolls it foul at the third base line. For the Stomper, 8 runs on 1 swing off the bat of Hubbard. Williams has the bases loaded, nobody out here.
We're on a mission from God.
Still 1-2. Leach peers into Jimenez with Molinari leading from third, Kern from second, Gata from first. The 1-2 to Williams. High, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stompers led 7-2 at one point. Then it was 7-6. 1 run here in the 7th inning to make it 8-6, and Williams trying to add on some more. Leach agrees with Jimenez. No wind. Everybody's still. The 2-2. In the dirt, and the count is full. Rob DeAngelis on deck, nowhere to put Miles Williams. Corners are in. Outfield straight away on 3-2 to Williams. Here it is from Leach. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Elevated the fastball to Miles. He swung right through it. 1 out, and now it's Rob DeAngelis' turn. Rob tonight is 1 for 3. He reached on an error in the first, singled and scored in the second. Walked in the 4th and reached on catcher's interference his last time in the 6th. Rob, who went 4 for 5 last night. The offense trying to carry over into this game tonight. He has a huge opportunity here. First pitch from Leach. Inside, taken for ball 1. Rob has driven in 7 on the year. Stompers, who have stranded 8 up until this point, don't want to strand anymore. 1 out, bases loaded, the 1-0. DeAngelis, little flare over the head of Files. That'll fall into left field for a base hit. Molinari will score. Kearns waved around third. He will score. It's a foot race between Gade and Pugh to third, and he's safe. That's a 2-run knock for Rob DeAngelis. 2-run double. Molinari and Kern both score on the little flare over the head of Files down the third baseline. Gade from first comes all the way around to third. He was in a foot race with Tillman Pugh. Both the shortstop, Uresti, and the third baseman, Files, went out to chase it. Kern saw an opening. He beat Pugh in a foot race, and that knocks Leach out of the game. New pitcher coming in for Vallejo in a pitching change. We'll have that for you when we come back. This pitching change brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement. Tyler Herr is the new pitcher for Vallejo. Part of the back end of this Admiral bullpen that had been virtually unhittable. Leach, with the 0 ERA, has given up 3 runs this inning, and he's responsible for both the runners at second and third. Dondre Hubbard comes up against Herr, who will make his 10th appearance. 1.03 ERA in 8 2/3. 1 run on 4 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Herr's first pitch. Hubbard takes a slider up high for ball 1. Hubbard in this game, 2 for 2. A single, a grand slam, a walk, and a sac bunt. Tyler Herr, 6'8", 220-pounder from Katy, Texas. He fires on 1-0, and Hubbard takes the good slider for strike 1. Tyler Herr has probably the best slider you'll see at this level. Very sharp. Tons of movement. Here's the 1-1. Spikes the fastball, and Jimenez does a great job of backhanding it and keeping the ball from going to the backstop. That saved a run. 10-6, bottom 7. Stompers with 3 here in this 7th inning against a man who had a 0 ERA, and Alex Leach. He only lasts a third of an inning. He allows 4 hits, and so far the line is not closed. The 2-1 pitch. Hubbard chases a fastball, 2-2.
Johnny Red knee, okay? Do it.
Chris Quitzer's on deck, still only 1 out. Gade's at third, DeAngelis at second after the 2-run double. Infield in for Vallejo. The pitch, Hubbard chases. 2 out. Here's Chris Quitzer. He'd like to get on base. That seems obvious, but he's the only Stomper tonight not to get on base. How often does that happen? Not very often. Second and third, 2 out now. Tyler Hurd trying to escape this seventh. His first pitch is rolled on the ground to second. Pew Fields throws to first. That'll end it. We go to the eighth. Stompers up 10-6. A 3-run seventh off of Alex Leach. Coming up for Vallejo. Bottom third of the order.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Vallejo here in the top of the eighth. Carter Leadholm is back out there. Ethan Gibbons still throwing in the Stomper bullpen. Leadholm an inning and a third so far on 18 pitches with a pair of strikeouts. He struck out the last two he faced in the seventh. Jimenez files Uresti. 7-8-9. So Brandon Phillips will get one more at bat here tonight. Jimenez, the catcher, takes strike one from Leadholm. No balls and a strike. Connor Leadholm, the Colorado native, out of the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Slider popped up. Shallow left center. Barrios going out. Coming on DeAngelis. Rob calls for it. He makes the catch. Here's Zach Files. His only hit in this ballpark, a home run. This year, in an Admirals uniform, that is. He's bounced to first twice and flying to center. Connor Leadholm, first time facing Files. His first pitch. That's ball below the knees for ball one. Ethan Gibbons still up in the pen. Nobody throwing right now for Vallejo, though they have a man standing down in the bullpen. Leadholm's 1-0. Files swings through the fastball. One ball and one strike on Files. Left-handed hitting third baseman. Leadholm throws on 1-1. Files swings and misses. 10-6 Stompers lead in the eighth. Lead Holmes 1-2 pitch. Hitches off the outside black. Good changeup. Molinari stood up like he had strike 3 and kind of turned the head as if to say that could have gone either way. But no argument from Molinari or from Lead Holm. Here he is on 2-2. Files fouls it away.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Still 2-2 on Files with Matt Uresti on deck. 2 lefties in a row.
Ball. Hey, don't look at me. Keep your eye on the ball.
No wind and what was a chilly overcast day here. Only 70 degrees at first pitch, which we won't see very often here in Sonoma as the fastball is inside and low and the count is full. It's just 70 degrees at first pitch, 63 degrees now. Cleared up right when the sun set, enough for us to see the cotton candy sky tonight. Here's the payoff to Files. Lined into center field, Hubbard coming on hard, and he won't get there. And he slips, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Files around second. He'll head for third. The throw-in will not be in time. Triple for Zach Files. Boy, Dondre Hubbard in center field came on quickly. Thought he had a play. Instead, he pulled up at the last second. It short hopped him and got by him all the way to the wall in center. And Miles Williams from right had to make the throw in. Here's Matt Uresti. 10-6 our score. Lead Holm with a runner at third and 1 out. He throws. Uresti takes outside, ball 1. Kern right on the edge of the grass at third base, the 1-0. Curveball called a strike at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike on Matt Uresti, who's 1 for 2. Singled and scored his last time up. He's also walked and struck out here tonight. Uresti, left-handed batter against Lead Holm, the righty, the 1-1 pitch. Curveball shot down third, foul. 1-2. DeAngelis, Hubbard, Williams left to right in the outfield. Kern Barrios got a quitzer with Molinari behind the plate. Lead Holmes 1-2 pitch. On the ground, right side, deep in the hole. It hits off the glove of Quitzer and gotta fields it in shallow right, but nobody's at first. That's a hit for Matt Uresti, his first RBI of the season. And it's 10-7.
Second baseman Tillman Pugh.
Grounder just had eyes on the right side. Quitzer went to his right, couldn't field it. Here comes Zach Pace. Slow walk out for the Stompers skipper. Gibbons has been throwing in the bullpen. It'll likely be him for at least the rest of this 8th, and if not, for the rest of the game. Pace out to talk to Lead Holm after allowing the run. It's 10-7. He takes the baseball. We'll have a new pitcher. This pitching change brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement. New pitcher for the Stompers. Right-hander Ethan Gibbons out of the bullpen. For Gibbons, the 6th game he's come in. His 2nd appearance out of the bullpen. He has a 12.5 ERA and 12 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 17 runs on 27 hits, 16 strikeouts, 8 walks. He'll face Tillman Pugh, Brandon Phillips, the top of the lineup, with Uresti at first base. The first pitch, he throws a fastball by Pugh. 0-1. Marshall Schill, right-hander, is up in the bullpen. 1 out, runner at first. Gibbons set the 0-1 pitch. He throws a fastball by Pugh again. It's 0-2. Fastball, curveball, changeup for Gibbons. Fastball usually 89 to 93, but this year, for whatever reason, the velocity has been down for Gibbons. Here's his 0-2. Swung on and missed. He elevated to the fastball. 3-pitch, see ya. 2 out. So Brandon Phillips' night is done. He goes 1 for 2 with an RBI single, hit by pitch and scored, and then a walk and a run scored. Jacob Wark will pinch hit in the DH spot. Right now, just 1 run charged for Connor Leadholm. He's responsible for Uresti at first. First pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. Jacob Wark, the left-handed batter, for him this year, 211 average. He leads the team in RBIs with 9, 1 home run. Uresti at first, 2 out. Gibbons 0-1 pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. So Gibbons out of the bullpen, 5 pitches, 5 strikes. Uresti at first, 2 out, 10-7 in the 8th. Gibbons readies, he throws, high and away. One ball and 2 strikes on Bork. Pinch hitting for Brandon Phillips. Quitzer holds on Uresti at first. The 1-2 pitch. There he goes. The pitch is low. The throw down to second. Not in time. Uresti has a stolen base, and he's now in scoring position. Count is 2-2. Tying run for Vallejo is on deck in Nick Akins. Marshall Schill still throwing in the bullpen. Gibbons 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Ethan Gibbons comes in and strikes out the 2 men that he faces. 1 run on 2 hits for Vallejo here in the 8th. We go to the home half of the inning. It's the Stompers 10, the Admirals 7. Barrios Gillespie Molinari against Tyler Herr. Pedro Barrios will lead things off in the last of the 8th against Tyler Herr, the big right-hander who deals outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Pedro tonight 1 for 4 with a single. 6, 7, 8 Barrios, Gillespie, Molinari. The 1-0 fastball poured in for strike 1. Last of the 8th, Stompers lead at 10-7. Ryan Richardson now throwing in the Stomper bullpen, and he'll likely be on for the 9th. The 1-1. Oh, man. What a curveball from Tyler Herr. He had Barrios bailing. It was like he was throwing a wiffle ball. My goodness. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Throw it again. Here's the pitch. He threw it again. Called strike 3. Wow. Tyler Herr has some kind of breaking ball. Barrios is out number 1. Here's Brent Gillespie, 2 for 4, a pair of singles and 2 runs scored. Gillespie stands in against Herr. The 2 were teammates last year in San Rafael. First pitch to him. Fastball line down the left field line and out of play.
I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
No balls and a strike on Gillespie. Here's the pitch from Tyler Herr. Fouled straight back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes the count. 1 out, nobody on. Pugh at second, very deep in the grass. Uresti at short, playing up the middle. Files close to the line at third in case Gillespie decides to square around, but not with 2 strikes. He takes a curveball high and away. Tyler Herr works from the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. On the outside corner, but called ball 2. And Wilkins Jimenez is very animated behind the plate. He thought he had strike 3. He popped up, was ready to throw it around, and then did a pirouette before throwing it back to Tyler Herr. Neither side really pleased with the strike zone tonight. Can't say that I blame him, the 2-2. Gillespie rolls it foul. Right at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brent. Local guy from Pengrove, just a 20-minute drive from his house. Come to the ballpark today against Tyler Herr out of Katy, Texas. The 2 have both been around the world. Literally, the 2-2 is low and the count is full. Tyler Herr, who played over the winter in Australia, and Brent Gillespie, who started 2019 in the Czech Republic. Herr's payoff pitch. Curveball outside, ball 4, and Herr spins around and looks out towards center field, wanted the call. That brings up Daniel Molinari. Molinari with an RBI double his last time at the plate. He's 2 for 3, an RBI single, run scored. Reached on an error, walked, an RBI double, and a run scored. It was Remington for 3 2/3, then Cascone for 1 1/3. Garcia threw a clean 1 inning. Leach only lasted a third of an inning before Tyler Herr came in to clean up the 7th. He delivers a fastball on the outside corner to Molinari, strike 1. Molinari with the looping double down the left field line his last time. Richardson will come on in the 9th. Possibly a save situation if the score stays here. 10-7. The 0-1. Molinari takes low. One and 1 the count. Stompers looking to improve to 5-2 against Vallejo on the season, the team that has played them the toughest. Here's the 1-1. Curveball in for strike 2. That's just unfair. If I'm a hitter, I'm looking for anything but that. And if he throws 3 straight curveballs right down the middle, you tip your hat and walk back to the dugout. It's that good. The 1-2 pitch. There's another slider. This one misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gillespie's at first after the walk. Barrios called out on strikes to open the inning. Hers 2-2 pitch to Molinari. Curveball swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts this inning for her. Both on curveballs. 3 strikeouts in the game for him. Here's Nick Kern. Kern 1 for 3, doubled and singled and scored his last time. Kern right-handed batter with Gillespie at first. The first pitch. Takes in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Her set the 1-0. Kern pops it up right side, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Doesn't seem like the Stompers have had a save situation in quite some time. In fact, the last time they did have a save situation was the 21st of June. So only 6 days ago. The 1-1 to Kern rolled on the ground through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Nick Kern has his first multi-hit game of the year with a 2-out single to left. Back to the top of the lineup for Nick Gatta. Gatta's hit list tonight, 0 for 3. 2 walks. He scored a run. And now we have a pinch runner. Coming in to pinch run for Brent Gillespie will be Rayson Romero. Romero out at second now. Kern at first with Gatta at the plate. First pitch from Tyler Herr. Curveball inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Still 10-7 in the 8th. Tyler Herr now having to work out of a little jam. Is 1-0. Gatta rolls it on the ground to short. Uresti fields. He flips to Pugh at second and just in time. That ends the inning. Enter Ryan Richardson in the 9th in a 3-run ball game. Looking for the save.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
3-4-5 against Richardson here in the ninth. Looking for his second save in as many opportunities this year, Ryan Richardson.
Fielder Nick Aikens, Sr.
A .96 ERA, 9 1/3 innings. 2 runs, 1 earned on 8 hits, 14 strikeouts and no walks. Fastball changeup for him. He'll face Aikens, Durkee, and Clark as Aikens fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Connor Arnold trying to squeak out of here with the win tonight. It would be his 4th in as many starts. But first it's Richardson against the heart of the Vallejo order in a 10-7 ball game. Richardson, the right-hander, 5'10", out of Spokane, Washington, out of the stretch. The 0-1. Change up, swung on and missed. So Ethan Gibbons goes 2/3, does not allow a hit or a run or a walk, and he punches out 2. Richardson on 0-2. Aikens cannot hold up. He goes around 3 pitches. And Richardson strikes out Aikens for out number 1. Here's Durkee. The Admirals trying to get back to 500, and Stompers trying to improve to 9 games over 500. Here's Durkee. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Struck out once. So now the last 3 Admirals have been struck out. 2 by Gibbons, 1 by Richardson here in the ninth. His first pitch is a changeup called strike on the outside corner. Richardson, his 4th season with the Stompers. He deals on 0-1. Fastball, strike 2 with the knees. Richardson, the closer now, with Cox in a starter role for now. Here he is on 0-2 to Graylin Durkee. Change up in the dirt. First ball Richardson has thrown in 6 pitches. Graylin Durkee without a home run this year. His team trailing by 3, and the tying run's in the dugout. The 1-2 from Ryan Richardson. Inside, and it fooled Thompson, I think. Behind the plate, he jumped. He's right on the inner half of the plate. I think Thompson thought it was going to hit Durkee and maybe carry him back and hit him. Richardson's 2-2 pitch. Change up high and away, and the count is full. Chevy Clark on deck. 15 strikeouts to no walks for Richardson so far on the season. He's 2 outs away from his second save of the year. 1-1 in save opportunities. Here's his payoff to Durkee. Low ball 4. First walk allowed this season by Ryan Richardson. Here's Chevy Clark. 2 for 4, an RBI double and a single. Other than that, he's punched out twice. Richardson still works out of the stretch, even with nobody on. So here he is set with Durkee at first. His first pitch to Clark. Fastball for strike 1. Richardson pitching for a ground ball here. Middle infielders pinching. The 0-1. Oh, that got Chevy Clark. Walk and a hit by pitch. Put runners at first and second with just 1 out. So for Richardson, the first 2 free passes allowed. First walk, first hit by pitch of the year. And we're about a month in. Pretty darn good. Little mound visit by his catcher, Daniel Molinari. We'd like to remind you, we're here tomorrow night, 6:05. The San Rafael Pacifics are in town. Avengers Night. Wear your favorite Avengers costume to the ballpark and receive $1 million. Probably not, actually. But we'd like to see you dressed up. Vlad Gomez is the hitter, first and second, one out. The pitch from Richardson. On the outside corner for strike one, so he's gotten a first pitch strike to every hitter so far. Gomez 0 for 3. Reached on an error and scored in the first, hit a sac fly in the fifth. Rich trying to close it out. The 0-1. Change-up cued foul up the first baseline, and Richardson way ahead 0-2. Richardson way ahead 0-2. Stirrups pulled up high. Richardson with the bright orange glove. He looks into Jimenez. Molinari, that is. The 0-2. Gomez pops it straight back and out of play. Strikeout to Aikens opened the inning, then the walk to Graylin Durkee, and then he hit Chevy Clark. Set at the belt, the 0-2. Fouled off at the plate again. Richardson still way ahead of Gomez. He could go with really anything here. And Gomez is the tying run at the plate here in the ninth. A home run and 6 RBIs on the year. Jimenez, the catcher on deck, who went deep earlier on in the game. No balls and 2 strikes. A throw back to second. One hops in. And Gata backhands it. Richardson, who didn't spin around and throw, he just stepped off, turned the body, and fired to second, and it got there on one hop. Richardson looks to second, now throws on 0-2, and Gomez fouls it off again. Richardson with his first walk and his first hit by pitch of the season. In just his second save opportunity. No Jacob Cox tonight. He's slated to start on Sunday afternoon in San Rafael. The 0-2 pitch to Gomez. Another foul ball. 5 foul balls from Gomez. Richardson out of Campbellsville University in Kentucky, the 29-year-old. He'll be 30 this year. He looks to second. His 0-2 again. On the ground to third, Kern fields. He goes to second, and it's not in time. Gata was off the bag. Kern could have just ran over and stepped on the third base bag. That'll be an error on Nick Kern at third. That's the second error of the ball game. And the second on Kern at third base. Here's Wilkins Jimenez. He is the go-ahead run. Kern, who was 5 steps from the bag, decided to try and go to second and start the double play. The throw pulled Gata off the bat. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Jimenez. Changeup swung on and missed. 0-1 the count to Jimenez, who launched a 2-run home run on the first pitch he saw here in 2019. Bases loaded, 1 out. Tying run is Gomez at first. The pitch. Down below the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's not going to be easy for Richardson here in the 9th. Nobody up in the bullpen. His 1-1 delivery. Changeup on the ground to third. Kern with a second chance. He goes to second for 1. Got it to first. Ball game. Wasn't easy. Stompers get it done. 10-7 the final. Final line score. First, for the Stompers, 10 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, they strand 12. And for the Admirals, 7 runs on 9 hits, they commit 4 errors and strand 9. The Stompers, with San Rafael having a day off today, are now 3 games in front for first place. Vallejo now 5.5 games back. They fall to 9-11. The Stompers are 14-5, 9 games above 500. The win goes to Connor Arnold. He is 4-0. Remington gets the last. He's 1-2. Richardson gets the save. That's his second. Final time of tonight's ball game. 3 hours and 27 minutes. Stompers win it 10-7 here tonight. 6:05 first pitch tomorrow against the San Rafael Pacifics. It's Avengers Night. Wear your favorite Avengers costume to the ball game. That does it for us here. And for everybody here with KSVY and with the Sonoma Stompers, I'm Forrest Hunt saying so long, everybody. Have a very pleasant, good rest of your night. Stompers win 10-7.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.